First off, it was great to see all the fans back at home at Bryce Stadium. Great turnout. Coach Carthel told us, we keep winning. Fans are going to keep showing up, and that's what we plan to do. Sloppy game on offense, but we pulled out the W towards the end, and we'll get better from it.
Jerrell, you were dominant in the rushing game and including the passing game. You had 3 touchdowns today. Talk about what you were seeing on the offensive ball and how talk about that run. Talk about that monster run that you had.
So I said on that run, we was going a little wide zone to the right. I seen that my first read got out and my second read got out, so I just stayed tight to my wall and hit it up. And then I seen nothing but green grass, so I picked the knees up, hit the burners, and then be a playmaker from there.
And Brian, you also had a major run that was, I think, almost equal in distance to Wimbley. So you also put on your running back shoes. Talk about what you saw and also your rushing touchdown.
It was just a simple power zone play. Everybody flew with the receiver, and I just saw a crease and cut back on it and tried my best to put on the burners. It's not easy.
You think he's faster than me?
No, it's not. I think there's a serious weight difference there. It's not easy to fly down the field at 220 pounds, but also when you're not used to it. But, it was good. And, I'm happy with the team and happy with the way we progressed throughout the game.
And a rough estimate tonight, close to 1,600 members of Purple Haze, our student section, showing up for the home opener. How big is that for you guys?
That's really big, really, 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 really big. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the support and all the fans coming out and just showing love every day. Because we work hard throughout the long weeks, and then come game time, we just want to show everybody what we can do, what the Lumberjacks do. Mind you, and this was the first game too, so I have to put on a show.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with Jerrell. I think it was really good to see all the faces in the stands and, for them to really interact with the game and have an impact on it, Third downs, I could hear those axes hitting the side of the stadium. So I think it was a really good environment. I hope we can build on it to when we play Austin Peay.
2 weeks.
Yeah, hoping we can build on it when we play Austin Peay.
All right. Did it take a little bit just to kind of get the jitters or something, like, butterflies out of the stomach or something? Because, it took a little bit to get in the end zone, and then just like once you turned it on, you guys were turning it on.
Like I said, we played a very sloppy football game. I obviously threw 3 interceptions. We'll put on the film and get better from it. I don't think it had anything to do with jitters. I think it was just, obviously number 29 from Alcorn made probably an SC top 10 play with that one-handed interception. And then we got to work out some kinks in the offense. I'm a new quarterback here. We got some veteran receivers on the outside, Lawton Reichel and Ty Love. But at the same time, you can only have so many reps through training camp and through stuff like that without trying to tire the legs out. So we'll work on it throughout the week, and hopefully we can capitalize it off the next week.
I hate the cliche, it's a tale of two halves, yet I find myself using it every season with multiple teams. And was there anything special that was said at halftime that really turned up the offense there in the second half?
I really couldn't actually. I was at the training room trying to get my shoes redone or whatever.
The shoes.
Yeah, it's the shoes. I had to change my cleats, man. I had my practice cleats on out there, so I had to get my game cleats and really just lock in for real.
Our coaches came in, sat us down, and said, "Hey, we're beating ourselves. We're getting in the red zone. We had, I think, 2 field goals in the first half, and we were beating ourselves. That's not the standard here at SFA. We got to capitalize on it."
Last year y'all had an 11-game, winning streak at home. Do y'all talk about building that back up at all and just, rebuilding the streak?
Yeah, I think it really hurt last year when we lost the way we did, especially the way we did. But now it's the start of a new page. It allows us to create a new journey and build our own presence here at SFA with me and Jerrell being, pretty much freshly into this school, so I think it'll be good for some time.
I couldn't help but notice former quarterback Trey Self on the sidelines showing his support. How did it feel having him there for your back?
Trey was a 4-year starter here, and he did a really good job while he was here. And he came to our practice on Friday, and he kind of just talked me through things. And obviously, I had a rough game 1. I'll be the first to say that I had a rough game 1. Obviously, I had a rough game today. And he just told me, hey, don't put your head down, keep grinding. Starts off like this, but the only way is up. So it feels really good to have him on the sidelines, just helping with us. And, it's good to see that he's healthy again.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the road at Northwestern State next Saturday.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you.
Ooh, it was good to get in the win column. Great to win at home. We've had a good run at home, and so it's good to get another fresh streak started. We had won 12 in a row at one point last year, so we're at 1-0 right now, and we'll work on the next one here in a few weeks. But always good to get that first win. Biggest thing, too, was I think those guys mentioned it, just the crowd was awesome. Had a great turnout. I know there's a lot of other big games going on tonight. I hadn't even seen who won those, but fans showed out, especially the students. That Purple Haze, that was the biggest, I think, Purple Haze group I've seen since I've been here in my 5 years. So shout out, tip of the hat to the Purple Haze, because they were awesome and made a difference, because it was a tight ball game. I think it's 15-10 at half, and they were giving us all that we wanted. I credit Alcorn Braves and Coach McNair. He had those guys ready to play, and we're mixing some things up on us, and did a really nice job coaching and playing. And like I say, we were in a dogfight there at halftime, and really for the first half of the third quarter, and then finally, settled down and started making some plays, and outscored them, I think, 23-0 there in the second half. And I think, total yardage, I think it was close to 300 to around 50 that second half. So really, I think, too, it's a testament to our training, our conditioning. Coach Josh Stoner is our director of sport performance, and that guy and his staff does a phenomenal job. And you saw guys right and left in the white jerseys going down with cramps and dehydration and getting worn out, and our guys just kept plowing. And that's a tribute to the work they've done in the weight room throughout the summer and fall camp and the conditioning that they're in. But just a hard-fought ball game, a good game to win. Alcorn State's going to win a bunch of ball games this year. That's a good ball club, and we had to come from behind to beat them last year. Luckily, it wasn't that tight this year, and we were able to pull away and put this one away. But got a young team; they're getting better, and it was good to get a win tonight.
And big important note, finishing a little bit earlier than the last time we played.
You bet. There was I kept looking for the thunderstorms to show up today, but it was sunny skies. The sun always shines on the Lumberjacks, and it did today. Beautiful day, and out here in East Texas in the Piney Woods. So great day for football, and we got it in, and shoot, it was off the field by 9:30. So that was good, and they'll get home a lot sooner than we did last year. But a good hard-fought win, and happy for the guys.
Before we break down everything, do you want to give any specific kudos to anybody or any impactful performances that you saw tonight?
Well, our defense, I thought they played, they answered the challenge that was laid down on them this week, and I thought played a terrific game. This was pretty much the same team they had last year, and that Howard kid, number 0, he ran for about 200 on us last year, and is a big, strong back. They had good quarterbacks, and that's a good team, and they really rose to the occasion. I think held them just over 200 yards, only 50 or something, so in the 53 in the second half. And I think we had one bad drive there in it was probably the second quarter. I can't remember. They all run together. But, we had one drive that we gave up. That's where we gave up the 7. And then we held them to 3 on it. We turned the ball over and gave them a short field, and defense bowed their neck and held them to 3. And that was all they got all night long, and they never threatened after that. So just a great job by Coach Moots, the defensive staff, and those players, because we didn't tackle very well last week and didn't play our best, and we got a lot closer this week.
That was one of my questions as far as specifically with the defense, adjustments at the half, any like major defensive adjustments, or just like you were talking about the training and all that?
Well, I think, that we had a good game plan coming in. I don't think we ever were really on our heels at all. They had a few runs there in the first half where we didn't do a good job forcing the ball on the edge, and that was addressed at halftime. If you're talking about halftime adjustments, that was addressed, I promise you. Yeah. And just come out the second half and really shut them down and took them out of what they like to do, and that's run the football, and forced them to throw it.
Plan to get 2 safeties in the same game?
I was telling it was 24-10 at one point, and it was during one of the media timeouts. I told the officiating crew, I said, listen, it's 24-10, but this is about the oddest way you can get to 24 with 2 safeties. And, that again, defense calls that second one. Really, the first one was a a punt block, and wish we could have batted that thing in. We might have misplayed that a little bit. But second was all that defense. I mean, they held them back in there and forced them to step on the line. So that was good to see. I've never seen two safeties in one game I've been a part of, and I didn't do a very good job coaching. We weren't prepared for a kickoff return after a safety as we should have been. So we'll get that addressed. But we got them all fielded and got the ball back to the offense.
5-0. I turned to Nate and I said, "Are we at the Astros game?"
Well, yeah, no. If it's Astros, I mean, Coach May's going to hate me for saying this. It'd have been like 12-2 or something. I mean, they beat the Rangers so bad this past week. So, sorry, Rangers fans,
but seriously,
it was. Hey, they're halfway through the second quarter. A baseball game broke out. So,
this win, I would like to thank obviously it kind of gets that bitter taste out of your mouth from last week, and it must carry some pretty good momentum going into next week.
Yeah, it does. Just wins help everybody. It helps meetings. It helps weight room. It helps practice. Wins just there's not a more drastic change in feeling than I think in sports. And I coach football, so I'll speak of football. But just the difference in winning and losing, and those tough, hard-fought games that come down the wire. And you saw a few across college football today. I mean, just one play being made or not, and it just completely obliterates about 150 people's week and all the fans too. And then the play's made, then it's all is great. So it is. That's why you play the games, why you tee it up and battle. But win helps everybody, lifts everybody's spirits, and like I say, it's going to help this team because this is a new team. We're breaking in a new quarterback. We're breaking in a new defense, and so we needed this win to kind of help gain a little confidence and gain a little momentum. And now we're going to have our work cut out for us this week in the rivalry game and get back over there, Natchitoches, and to play Northwestern State. I love that joke.
Give us a little snapshot on how big it is to have obviously we lost Tim Houston with them moving up, but how big is it to kind of restart the rivalry?
Yeah, it's great. Rivalries are great for football, and it'll be great to play those guys again. We got to play them there my first year here. So I got to experience that and just close proximity in the history of the two schools, and it'll be a great game. We're going to have to play better to be able to get over there because you can throw all the records out the window and who's new and who's young and this, that, and the other, and it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game.
Well, thank you, Coach. We'll see you next week.
I appreciate it. Excellent.